our class. There, we can tell you a story about Malin Kundang. But first, let we introduce ourselves. My name is Renatalia Isabella and my number is 21.
My name is Anita Bella, my number is 3.
My name is Muhammad Ibnu Badar, my number is 18.
My name is Sarvasati Kadewi, my number is 27.
My name is Via Fariska, my number is 36.
My name is Siti Alvina Patiha, my number is 29.
So please watching guys!
Once upon a time in a fishing village more, firstly in Air Manis, Sumatra, there lived a boy named Malin with his mother Mandarubaya. The father had long since left and left the two of them living alone. Malin grew up to be a smart and beautiful, although a little naughty. Malin often catches chickens and hit them with a broom. Then one day, while catching chickens, Malin fell. His hand hit a rock, and this injured his hand and left a scar. Apart from that, Malin was often invited or taken everywhere by his mother. Therefore, Malin got a new nickname, namely Malin Kundang. Malin Kundang and his mother Mandarubaya lived in poverty. After starting to grow up, Malin Kundang thought about seeking his fortune by going to a foreign country in the hope that he could later return to his hometown as a witty mechanic. Malin Kundang's determinations grew stronger because he was attracted by the invitations of a merchant ship captain who was once poor, but is now very rich. Then one day, while catching chickens, Malin fell. His hand hit a rock, and this injured his hand and left a scar. Apart from that, Malin was often invited or taken everywhere by his mother. Therefore, Malin got a new nickname, namely Malin Kundang. Malin Kundang and his mother Mandarubaya lived in poverty. After starting to grow up, Malin Kundang thought about seeking his fortune by going to a foreign country in the hope that he could later return to his hometown as a witty mechanic. Malin Kundang's determinations grew stronger because he was attracted by the invitations of a merchant ship captain who was once poor, but is now very rich.
Malin Kundang told his mother about his intention, but at first his mother did not allow him to go. Mandarubaya's decision is not without reason. It was because he was afraid that Malin Kundang would become like his father, who had left and never returned to his hometown and left Mandarubaya. However, because of Malin Kundang's persistence in continuing to ask his mother, Mandarubaya also said to her own son Malin Kundang, "My son, if you have succeeded and become a person who had will, don't forget your mother and your hometown, son," said Mandarubaya, the mother, to her son Malin Kundang. After getting permission from his mother, Malin Kundang set sail. Malin Kundang's presence was also very well liked on the ship because very elegant and always ready to help and a hand worker. While sailing, it turned out that a big incident befell the ship that Malin Kundang was on shore had he landed on a beach.
The villager on the beach welcomed and helped Malin Kundang to live and work there. Malin Kundang was a very vigilant person. He cultivated the village land personally and made himself a successful man. Malin Kundang's success can also be seen when he had 100 workers and a number of his own trading ships. After becoming a successful person, Malin Kundang then married a beautiful princess who was the daughter of a wealthy merchant. For years, Mande Rubayah always looked at ocean waterfront for news of her son. As time went by, one day Malin Kundang with his wife and several crew members sailed using their red ship. After sailing without reaching it, their ship anchored on an island which was Malin Kundang's hometown. Seeing a lake, ship reached many villagers approached and gathered on the shore because they wanted to welcome the ship which they thought belonged to a sultan or prince. From a distance, a young man and woman were seen on the deck of the ship. When the ship arrived at the island, which was Malin's hometown, Mande Rubayah, who realized the young man was Malin Kundang, immediately ran to the ship. After successfully seeing her son up close, Mande Rubayah became even more confident that the young man was Malin Kundang. When she saw the scar on the young man's arm and immediately she hugged him. Mande Rubayah then said, Malin Kundang, my son, why have you been away for so long without sending any news? Said Mande Rubayah while hugging Malin Kundang. However, it turned out that Malin Kundang immediately let go of the hook and pushed his mother until she fell while saying, You must know her place. She just claims to be my mother. Malin Kundang pretended not to know his mother because he was ashamed to see his mother, who was old and only wearing tattered clothes.
Malin Kundang's wife was also surprised to see an old woman in rags hugging her husband while saying that she was Malin Kundang's mother. This was because all this time Malin Kundang said that his parents were nobles and died long ago. That woman is your mother? Asked Malin Kundang's wife to Malin Kundang. No, she is a big girl who pretended to be my mother in order to get my property, said Malin Kundang. Malin Kundang did recognize Mande Rubayah as his mother and said that his mother was not like Mande Rubayah, who was dirty and poor. After that incident, Malin Kundang ordered his wife and men to immediately return to the ship and prepare to sail again. As a result of being bashed by Malin Kundang, Mande Rubayah collapsed on the beach while crying and heartbroken until she fainted. After she regained consciousness, she was left alone on the beach and the villager who had gathered had left her.
Rubayah also saw from a trace that Malin Kundang ship with his wife and they had sailed far from the coast while clearing Malin Kundang knelt down and placing her hand for praying to God. Mande Rubayah prayed that if the young man was not Malin Kundang, then she would forgive him. But if the young man was Malin Kundang, she wanted to crush him into stone. After Mande Rubayah prayed, Daily the sky about Malin Kundang, Sif and his entourage, which was previously bright tornado dark. Rain also fell heavily, accompanied by a storm. Malin Kundang, Sif and his entourage were destroyed into pieces. Base they were struck by lightning. After the ship was destroyed the next day, the wreckage of the ship was swept away by the waves. The wreckage there was a stone speed like a human's being climbing down. The local fellow believe that the stone is the body of Malin Kundang.